older politicians should stop making mockery of the youths who agree for them to be made mockery of. You can't be eating 3 square meals a day for 4 years, 8 years. You did not call me to come take 1 spoon of the jollof rice you're eating. And the moment it finishes and you're waiting for another one, you will now call me to tell me how they marginalized you. But meanwhile, all the time you were eating that 3 square meal, you didn't ask me.
With just few weeks to the local government elections in the state, the Delta State Commissioner for Technical Education, Hon Joan Onyemaechi, has urged the youth to desist from being used by desperate and selfish politicians to commit nuisance in the polity, while asking other politicians to stop making mockery of the youths. Rather, they should think outside the box to earn an honest living instead of depending solely on public funds and allowances. Hon Joan gave the advice in Asaba while reacting to a recent protest by equity crusaders in Nsukwa Clan, taunting her for purportedly using her unit and word to opposition parties in the last guber and House of Assembly election during a media chat in Asaba. She described such as a cheap blackmail which portrayed misinformation and does not represent the reality.
In the last election, she lost in all her units to Labour. Well, I am from Ward 5 in Aniocha South, and my results, I have 5 units in the primary school where I vote. The 5 units, I have 78, 98, as against APC 20 and Labour 51. Let me not bore you with it. This is where I voted in particular, unit 7, 138. When you conclude, it is concluded here. When the detail, those are the details, then the conclusion is PDP 973, APC 402, Labour 719. That's the result of my unit and my ward. Again, why is that funny? When you go to government that has data, the government of the day has the result of every local government, every ward and every unit. First, you have made a mockery of yourself as being a cheap blackmailer when you have gone to alter the result. Because if the government knows the result, and they know who is a government are human beings in it. The government had returning officers, and at the end of the day, INEC gave every document. So every unit in the state, every ward, every local government, senatorial district, the government of the day has the record of the election. And because you were desperate to damage who you think or imagine you can damage, that you can never succeed to, you go with a printed document, handed it over to a government official to say Commissioner for Technical Education lost in her unit, lost in her ward. She didn't win 1 single unit for the governor. And you are forgetting that the governor has record. By the time we are doing 2027, they will make comparison of 2027 and 2023. That is how much government and political parties keep record. At least I know of PDP.
She maintained that there is no vacancy for chairmanship position in Aniocha South till 2027 because Ubulu Clan has to complete their 2 terms for real equity's sake, considering that Nsukwa and Nsukwa clans have completed theirs before now.
No, of course there can't be vacancy now. Is it who is going to take it? Nsukwa Clan, they have done their own 2 tenures. Ogwashi, they have done their own 2 tenures. So Ubulu will complete their 2 tenures. There's no vacancy. After that Ubulu have completed their 2 tenures, then it goes to Nsukwa Clan again. If you have 3 children, will you, 2 persons will take, 1 person will first take, hand over to the next person will finish, hand over to the 3rd person, and before the 3rd person could take 2-3 steps, you say bring it back. It's not right now. So the real equity is for Ubulu Clan to complete their 2 tenures. That's what is equity. How would you explain it? That Nsukwa Clan took the elective. After the elective, The government of the day, do you think the government of the day was stupid when they gave the transition to Nsukwa Clan again? Because they know. Why didn't Governor Joan give the transition to an Ogwashi person or to an Ubulu person? He gave it to an Nsukwa man, late Mobogu, who completed the Nsukwa tenure. So if they had done election, Nsukwa would have completed it. And council is either by election or by appointment or transition. So when for what issues he was having, the government was having at that time, and he didn't feel like arranging for election, and he decided to do a transition, he gave it to an Nsukwa person who completed their 2 tenures. And when the Nsukwa people finished, he came to Ogwashi. And we all supported the Ogwashi man to do his first tenure, to do his second tenure. Like I said, when some persons were saying no, that he had done 1 tenure before, we all agreed. I was in the forefront and I said to them, that was before 1999. Let's move on. And he did 2 again. So you see, some people will say he did 3.
On the issue of 2 siblings holding 2 strategic positions in the local government, the former House of Reps member explained that it is at the pleasure of the governor to decide who becomes commissioner, adding that nobody has been denied an appointment on account of relationship.
In governance and in politics, what you have is lobbying. You don't dictate, you lobby. If you know somebody that has the ear of the governor of the day, you meet the person and say, so persons have worked to. Please, when you people are having your meeting, look in this direction. That's how it's done. Oh, they moved. From there, they went into the issue of sibling. I almost would not always want to talk about that because it's really so funny. That their problem is that I have a younger brother who is a council chairman. And because he's my brother, he should not run for an office. Children will say, who does that? Who does that? From the Nigerian history, is it the Sarakis? Okay, let's come back to Delta. Which government of the day does not have family members in government? Who? Which government of the day? In Nigeria, which government did it not happen before? To the extent that a sitting president, our father, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, was president at the same time as the daughter, Iyabo, was a senator. Not one after the other. Why Olusegun Obasanjo was a president of Nigeria, the daughter was a senator. Am I wrong? Iyabo was a senator. Because I hear all sorts. Oh, budgetary, there's not budgetary allocation and provision. That there are some offices, the president, by their definition, and I hope they understand what is budgetary. The president, the daughter, senator, the father, president, serving at the same time. Back to Delta North here. A man's elder sister, the same mother, the same father, was commissioner. The wife was House of Assembly member at the same time. Commissioner and House of Assembly member. Delta North here, few months ago. The elder sister was commissioner. The wife, House of Assembly member. Because I can't even understand it. Oh, commissioner and House of Assembly is not budgetary. Somebody's senior sister and the wife. The president and the daughter, president and senator, is not budgetary. And when we talk about budgetary, what is budgetary? Budgetary, is it the project that the government puts in a ministry to do? Is that their definition of budgetary? Or the impress that comes to your office? Which one is it that they are looking for? Then you wake up. A position that is zoned to Ubulu Clan. You say, oh, they will not complete the zoning again because they are siblings.
Responding to threats of possible defection if the demand of the Nsukwa Clan for chairmanship position in 2024 is not met.
I cannot hold the government of the day to ransom for anything because nobody is indispensable. It's not a fight. I think people, like I said before, people should just learn to take life one day at a time.
The immediate past DG, Delta State Capital Territory Development Agency, deflated the claim that the Nsukwa Clan solely produced the highest results in the last election because it was a collective effort.
Coming to Aniocha South, we had a Labour candidate, Harrison. Ogwashi had about 3 people. They had APC, they had ABGA, and one other thing. So the focus was on Nsukwa, and I can explain the focus. Elections are not run without money. Let them ask the leaders, how much did the leaders bring out after the general contribution we did? We went for the first campaign in their primary school. The field was half empty. Then the youths were trickling in. And the moment they saw me, they just said, Mama, come this side, we want to talk to you. Right there in the field, I went with them to one corner. And they started one complaint after the other, one complaint after the other. Say, oh, all these leaders, they don't do anything for them. They don't do this, they don't do this. Right there, I made some promises. When the campaign began, I gave so many of them my numbers, and we started from there. It got to a point, I knew the effort the council chairman put up in that same Nsukwa Clan, and the visitations he made, and the money that he released. I know the effort that the state, to the extent when it was as if, because of the Obi factor, as if the Catholic Church was against us, the state went as far as talking to some indigenes from that place who were not resident in Aniocha South to let them know that we are one, that the governor will be fair to all of them. They came to my house. I had relocated to Ubulu then. They came to my house in Ubulu, and we took it off from there. They think that the government who supported the persons, or the party rather, who supported that electionary period, who supported the person to come from Abuja, and the person was going from one place to another. When you come out now to sing, our vote, all the people singing our vote, they don't know what happened to the vote. The vote of Nsukwa Clan was collective. When I mean collective, as in collective.
Aniocha South is a local government politically standing on a tripod. They are the Nsukwa, Ubulu, and Ogwashuku clans. At the moment, Ogwashuku clan is occupying the House of Assembly seat. Ubulu is holding the commissionership, which is the discretion of the governor who becomes a member of his ESCO. The chairmanship position has become contentious between Ubulu and Nsukwa clans, with both laying claims to equity, fairness, and justice. However, the onus lies on the leadership of the BDP to provide solution to the puzzle before the local government election in July. Indeed, interesting days lies ahead, as Lip TV will be bringing you updates as events unfolds. In Asaba, I am Gospel Amalia Mefobo, reporting for Lip TV News.